Good morning from Yami BTV. Wishing you all well in my new plush, posh apartment. Not such a piss hole, this one, is it? Only joking. Sending loads of love to you on a bitterly cold day coming from down here. What I'll be letting you know about what's happening tomorrow later on when I go live. First things first, right? We're not going to say we told you so. So before I get to the Zombie Knife new ban, even though there was a ban out from 2016, it is being suggested, and probably rightly so, that keirSum, is that his name, the Prime Minister? You know what my memory's like. It has been revealed that on the early release scheme, they've been letting violent criminals out by accident. Hey, but we told you on TikTok, on Yami TV, that it wasn't that you accidentally let them all out like that, and there's been more violent crime or certain things are coming to light that we might not even have heard about. What it meant was what we said. You were letting out the prisoners with the least amount of time left, without really going over the risk factors. That's why some were in hotels. That's why some were homeless. And, you know, sometimes, you know, God, do us a favour. I've only kind of my name come down. We already know that there were prisoners that didn't really even want to come out before their allocated time because they had things planned for their future. And by sending them on the outside 3-4 months earlier, there might not be a place at a flat or housing association or hostel that they were waiting for. Even the working area, they might have had a college planned, and they didn't really want to come out without things in place because they fear, like I used to fear, is that it could probably only end to going back to your own ways while you have nothing constructive to do. All right, we hope you've amended that. Accidentally let out violent prisoners. Now, we gave you the solution yesterday, is that the ones that you should be letting out on the early release scheme, now that we know that ISG have legged it and are not building them extra 20,000 places until you lot find probably a group for somebody of that private nature to help you fund what you've been promising for years and years and years, right? Oh shit. But no, we told you to let out the people that are on simple breaches of license recall, for one, where there wasn't a crime that they breached their conditions, because they never really were outside and there's no suggestion that they were back to their old ways, apart from they couldn't keep to their conditions, unless they're child killers and rapists, of course. But on top of that, we spoke yesterday about the IPP, and we also suggested let the ones that have done over their time come out before the ones that have still got time to serve. It was a simple method. No way is foolproof, keirSum. But you got to come better than that, mate. It's not about opening doors and saying your name's flagged out and you're not coming in or you're not going out. Because as usual, you have to put the public safety at first. Accidentally letting out violent prisoners looks like to me that you're looking a way out because there's been a few violent ones released. Three of them it hasn't been brought to the media yet, have committed violent offences again. You know, think about it. Let me tell you something about domestic people. When they're in for beating up their missus and they're doing terrible things, and you know there's restraining orders and that kind of stuff. You let out the man the other day who went back and rapes a victim. You let out another man who was in for assaulting his girlfriend, come out and do it all over again, right? Now look, this is what we were saying, right? Now, not everyone, because I've met many men involved in domestic violence, and they say, you know what, Yam, I was in the wrong in this bit. I was out my box, man, and what she's telling you is absolutely right. I respect you lot, for taking responsibility for your behaviour. Because I said, what, but she locked you up. She put you in prison. Yeah, but to be honest, now when I think about it, she done it for my own good. She wants me back out, but she wants the proper version of me and all that. But all that brutal violence and things and that, certain men, when they go in there, they're still blaming their exes, their ex-wives, their partners for their position for being in jail. So they'll be carrying serious grudges. Anyway, we told you on Yami BTV, we slip away from that subject now. we go into the zombie knifing, where there was a ban 16 years ago, right? A geezer in Luton owns a warehouse or shop, right, where they sell machetes, serrated knives, weapons with spikes and those kind of things, right? And it is believed that from that shop alone, what he sold by way of those weapons that are now banned indefinitely, even if they're on your wall in your house, you can get them taken away from you, right? That's the new law. But yeah, there was believed to have been 9 murders from the weapons that he sold in that shop. And after all, a machete, a serrated thing with spikes, those 4 weapons that are on the ban list, definitely, you're not really going to use them to cut up chicken, veg, and all that. So all they really are is used for fear, to maim, and bloody murder, and, cause havoc. That's all they were ever there for. If you pull out a big long thing like that and someone pulls out a little penknife, by seeing that gives you the upper hand already. You're thinking, wow, look at the size of that. So the fear factor, not just because of the damage it can do, but you've got no real reason to have them. They're not important for most jobs as far as I know, right? So yeah, it won't solve the knife crime epidemic. But good, it's good that you've taken action like that. But this particular shop, because there must be many shops that really have blood on their hands, not intentionally by selling them weapons. There's been murders and loads of injuries and caused to victims over the years from selling those sort of weapons so openly. But you ain't never going to be able to stop selling knives. And knife crime will never stop. But in particular, I think he gave back 350,000 weapons, or 35,000, don't quote me on that. Made a deal with the police in Luton, and they're giving him a tenner back compensation for every weapon that is now banned back, right? Right? So he gets a little bit of compensation because, it's their business and that kind of thing, how it all works and that. So he's earned his money back there. They're going to use the weapons to melt down into metal. To make what? Something else. You didn't tell us what to make it. Just a scrap metal then. Okay, we get all that. And I was thinking, if you're doing it to all shops and it's all banned, they're allowed to claim compensation. Is it rightly so? Yeah, it is, because they were allowed to sell them in the beginning of time. But in reality, a lot of mums, dads who have suffered the fate of their sons or children, or have people close to them that have died at the hands of machetes, and are calling, well done, this is what we was campaigning for, blah, blah, blah. Should have done it a long time ago. It was suggested in 2016. There's no point in them weapons. And a lot of the time when you said that when you get nicked with this kind of weapon and that weapon, and if you get nicked with a knife and that, you'll immediately go to prison. Hey, I got new statistics that tell me that really only about 15% or something go to prison for the weapons that you suggested there would be minimum or maximum terms, all right? So you haven't kept to anything. So the early morning educational talk, I'll be up in a little while. Have a blessed day.